Let's get into our first section here and really unpack why this whole thing is so disorienting. It really all boils down to a fundamental conflict that's happening inside your own brain.
On one side, you have their words, and they sound so reasonable, right? You feel smaller, you feel confused, you start to doubt your own memory. And that gap, that huge canyon between what they're saying and how you're feeling, that's where all the chaos lives. And this isn't just you being emotional. This is a real biological event happening in your brain. Your prefrontal cortex, your logic center, is sending up a red flag saying, wait a minute, something isn't right here. But your amygdala, your emotional threat detector, it's getting totally scrambled because the threat is disguised as care. And to solve that internal conflict, your mind does the simplest thing it can. It blames you. It's just easier than holding those two contradictory ideas at once. The confusion you feel is not weakness, it is evidence. It is proof that your internal alarm system is online and working perfectly. It's picking up on the distortion. It's doing its job.
So how does this actually work? Now that we understand why it feels so incredibly confusing, let's break down the mechanics. Because there is a playbook, a predictable, three-stage process that's used to slowly, methodically adjust your sense of reality.
The best way to think about it is with the thermostat analogy. If someone walks into a room and cranks the heat up by 30 degrees, you notice immediately. You'd say, whoa, it's boiling in here. But if they turn it up just 1 degree, and then an hour later, another degree, you adapt. Manipulation works exactly like that, gradually changing what feels normal until you're in an unbearable situation without ever noticing the temperature was changing.
In this adjustment process, it almost always happens in 3 distinct stages. First, they hook you with idealization. Then they confuse you with devaluation, and finally, they make you doubt everything with gaslighting.
So, stage 1, idealization. You might have heard of this as love bombing. It's an absolute flood of attention, affection, and praise. This isn't just nice, it's neurochemical. It triggers a huge dopamine surge in your brain, the same chemical involved in falling in love, and it creates a really powerful, really fast bond. And what's crucial is that it sets this incredibly high baseline for what affection from them is supposed to feel like.
And then stage 2 hits, devaluation. All that warmth and attention, it suddenly becomes unpredictable, inconsistent. And this shift is pure psychological genius in a dark way. It's called intermittent reinforcement, and it's the exact same principle that makes a slot machine so addictive. Your brain gets hooked on the chase, on the frantic hope that the next pull of the lever will give you that reward. You start working harder and harder just to get back to that baseline they set in stage 1.
Which brings us to stage 3, gaslighting. This is the direct attack on your perception of reality. They will confidently tell you that never happened.